Hi, everybody. This is Gayle. Welcome to my live stream tonight. I hope everyone is going well. I hope it's been a great weekend. I hope you're having a great holiday season. Basically, I hope your life is great. Mine is crazy, of course, as always. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. We have Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man the Hero, in the house, and he has left a comment saying, Happy Thanksgiving. We are now in advance for next year. Don't worry, he's not late. Woo! My hat wants to fly away tonight, doesn't it? So, all right. Let's see. I've got this shared. It's in our Facebook group. And if you're not in our Facebook group, I would invite you to come and join us. Pull that up for you so I can give you the URL. But I can go and tell you that it is facebook.com/groups/Gayle, Gayle, vlogs, VLOGS. And that is where we have a lot of information, a lot of fun, a lot of conversation. So yeah, come there and join us. Let's see. That is in the, okay, there you go. It is in the description box there at the bottom. I see that. So there you go. It's all down there. All right. So what else we got going on? Let's see. All right here. Okay. Woo! It's been such a busy week. It's like trying to think and talk. Oh my gosh. What craziness. It's the Christmas holidays. Woo! But as usual, we've got other things going on in my crazy household because that's the way my life goes. So we are going to talk about a couple of different things here tonight. First off, straight off the bat. One is that I forgot to text somebody, and I need to do that. I had promised, and I had forgotten. So I better fix that, because if I don't, she'll be mad at me. Oh. Yeah, trying to stay on task is, no easy feat. So, all right. And Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man the Hero, says he has COVID-19. Oh, a lot of people have it right now. I hope he gets feeling better, and I hope it passes quickly. Not fun, not a joking matter. We have got so many people, and let's see, Busy Lady is here. She says she is stopping in for a few. Oh, on task. Well, see, that's the thing. I really don't know anymore. Given the past few weeks of craziness, I think in general it's supposed to be that you can get one thing done at a time, or at least accomplish several things. But with me vida loca, what can I say? Totally crazy. Okay, so I have got Christmas cards on my brain because usually at Christmas we do a Christmas card exchange where if you send me a Christmas card, I'll send you a Christmas card. And as I say this, I realize that I have forgotten to put my address in the description box. So I'm going to do that now just so you'll have it. So anyway, if you send me a Christmas card, I will send you one back. Here we go. I think one year I got, 36 Christmas cards. So I will take them. And in addition to giving you a shout out for your channel, I will put them on the Christmas tree. We're going to be hopefully decorating that next week and do a decorate with me thing here in the office. I'd hoped to get it done this week, but I didn't get all the things pulled out like I had planned. But I remember that you all had a really good time doing that with me a couple of years ago. So I thought we'd repeat it and do it again. So any Christmas cards that come my way, like I said, you'll get a shout out, and we'll also put it on the Christmas tree and do a brand new intro with stuff like that. So, anyway, I hope you enjoy that. I hope you have fun. Let's see. 71 Filter is in the house. Hey. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, and I'm going to type this in right here, right now. So y'all are going to have it in my best legit Southern accent there. Just kind of, kind of stretched out, put on steroids kind of thing. So, yeah. So, okay. Yep. Here's my cards. That's what you'll be getting. And I'll get them out to you by return mail. And it is Gayle Crabtree, 448 Cummings St, Abingdon, Virginia, 24210. But I'm dropping that in the description box so you don't have to worry about it. Okay. Whoops. Sorry. Okay, the other thing that has been going on in my life, we got the breast stuff over with. You're going to be seeing some videos on that. Got 2 more product reviews coming out. I don't know if y'all saw my last product review, but I got busted on it. And what do I mean by that? That means that I took the gloves, agreed to do the review because my husband absolutely loves the gloves that I got for Alaska when I went in February of 2020. So, but he didn't have any like that. They're super thick, super insulated, very, very warm. You can use your cell phone with them. They're just great gloves. But those are ones I took with me. So this company saw me do the video on them, saw the video, liked it, and said, hey, we've got a pair of similar gloves. Would you like to go ahead and do a review on those? And I said, sure. His birthday is coming up. I'll get the 71 Filter likes the hat. Awesome. So I said, okay, I'll take a look at them. My husband's birthday is coming up. I will do them and do the review, and he can have them for a birthday present. So I did the review, wrote out this whole thing. So I did all their paperwork and wrote out this whole thing about feedback about the gloves. And then I started doing the product review. And early on in the video, you'll kind of see me kind of glance to the side because I thought that's cool about the cards. So I thought I heard this noise, but I'm like, he's not supposed to be home for another couple of hours, right? So I figure the little noise that I heard was probably our neighbor doing something in her yard because I got a good couple of hours till my husband is supposed to be home. Well, famous last words. Here he comes in. I'm in the middle of the product review. I've got everything spread out on the kitchen table. And I thought, I'll just go ahead and keep recording even though I've been busted. So tried to actually work him coming into the review. And yeah, I hope it worked. But anyway, that's the last video I had that came out. But I've got went back through and reformulated and did another review on the gloves. So I've got that coming out. So yeah, like I'm in the middle of doing it, and then all of a sudden I realize that my husband's coming in the door, and he goes like, "Hi, sweetie," or something, and I'm like, I did not just hear that. He's not home for 2 hours. So long story short, he came home early, wanted to surprise me, thought we'd have a nice dinner, all that stuff that you get to do when your husband comes home early, or at least I get to do when my husband comes home early. And yeah, walked in on his birthday present. What can I say? So that was the last video, but I do have another product review coming out on the gloves because they're fabulous gloves. just to test them out. We don't have the 10-degree below zero temperatures like you can get in Alaska around Willow and Anchorage and Denali, definitely. So, but we tested it out by moving our freezer stuff because I'm always making sure that what's in the freezer is circulated. The most recent stuff goes on the bottom, the older stuff comes to the top. So we're going to be using the gloves a lot. But anyway, I know that's kind of crazy. What can I do? So, all right, I'm going to get back to the chat here for a second. Stellar Piper is in the house. She has joined us. And let's see. Peter says, cost to send cards now and letters, 58 cents. Yeah, what can we say? The post office has gone up on their shipping specifically for the holidays. So, oh yeah, Busy Lady says cheaper than sending a gift. Yep, doing the review would have been. Except you've got to, you've got to offset your time because there's this kind of idea that influencers, of which I'm not a big time influencer, but there's this kind of idea that we get free products. And we do get them for free, but we have to then turn around and factor in our time. So, like the other day, I got this product to review. I was real excited about it. I'm not going to say which one it was, but I was pretty excited about it. And I only take products that I'm going to be interested in anyway, because I don't want to, because if you're not interested in something, that's going to come across, So I was like totally excited about the product. I'm like, yeah, I'll review it. I can't wait. So they wanted me to mention it on YouTube. Totally fine. Show it. Told me how to show it. They wanted me to take a certain number of pictures that they could use for their promotions, set it up outside in a specific environment. And they wanted me to do a video for TikTok and a video for Facebook Reels. So all set up different ways. And this was not an expensive product. And along with that, they wanted me to fill out an 8-page feedback on the product. So, you got to factor in that was going to be many, many hours going into this free product. When actuality, what happened was I didn't like the product. So I told them, I said, I think it's flimsy and it's cheap and it doesn't feel good. And I'm not willing to, do all of this work. So I wound up sending it back to them, which, you got to factor your time in and, finding a UPS drop and things like that. But, we do get the free products, but when you factor in your time to fill out, an 8-page report and to set these certain settings up and to take the required number of shots, the required number of minutes of the video and different things that they want, it's free, but you're really paying for it by spending a whole day or two because you got to shoot all that and then you got to edit it. And, a large part of this was going to be for their promotions that they were going to use. So you got to factor that in. But anyway, long story short, if I don't like what I'm looking at, I'm not going to share it. So, okay, going back here. Stellar says, Peter, yeah, the cost has gone up, but this year's Christmas stamps are cute. Awesome. I have not actually seen them, the Christmas stamps for this year, but I did see the Star Wars stamps. I had to get some of those just because they're cute. Maybe not the most professional stamps that you could ever put on an envelope, but I don't think y'all are going to be upset if I put something quirky and fun on it. So, okay, 71 Filter says, my actual name is Keith, but I don't want to change the channel name because then nobody would find me. And that actually is pretty hard. I changed mine from Gayle Crabtree to be bodacious because I was using the hashtag be bodacious. I'll say to always be bodacious don't let life get in the way of living. That's my tagline. And I'm all about being bodacious. So I was using it. Well, the thing is, my mom spelled Gayle this really strange way, and like nobody could remember it. So I'm like, be bodacious. It's easier to spell, and people can remember it better. Except then all of a sudden, nobody recognized me. So it does take a little while for that transition to take. And I totally get you. Totally. And 71 Filter says, I stumbled across your channel because of the mini griddle video. I've actually received one and love it. Thanks for sharing that video, Gayle. I am so glad that you liked it. I have used it so much in the van because I can run it on solar, and you can do the eggs, which you saw in the video, but you can also do those little miniature, what do they call them? Like they're street fair tacos. They're really small. They're miniature. You can do a couple of those. They do hang over just a little bit, but it's nice to be able to warm those up in the van. And then you can just throw your grilled chicken in it and all of your, lettuce, cheese, sour cream, whatever you want. And love it for that. Love it for pancakes. A lot of different little things that you can do. If you have the chicken, and you want to put like warm grilled chicken over a salad, you can take those pieces, cut them a little thinner, because sometimes they're pretty thick. And I'm talking about the pre-made ones that you get. So cut those a little thinner, throw those on that little griddle, close the lid, come back in a minute, and then you've got warm chicken that you can throw over a salad. So yeah, I am glad you like it. I hope you have fun with it. It's one of my favorite things, especially for the van, because I can run it off of solar and I don't have to worry about it. So anyhow, awesome. Okay, well, thank you, Peter, for coming in. I appreciate it. Don't forget to please give me a like on the video because that really helps. YouTube watches all that stuff. It's like it's a big brother kind of thing with YouTube. And so they watch the likes, they want the comments. The more interaction that you get, the happier the algorithm is, and the more likely they are to show your videos in the search engine, which is, it's a little frustrating because it actually kind of works against small channels a little bit because, you have to have traffic for people to find your videos. But if you don't have the watch time to go with the traffic, then people aren't going to find your videos because YouTube's not going to show them. But the only way you get traffic is if they're shown. And so that kind of gives larger channels a little bit of an advantage. But, what can I say? Still worth it. Okay. So anyhow, yeah, that's where we are. Also, the other thing is we've got a little bit of frustration going on at my house right now. COVID has come to my house, and my husband was diagnosed yesterday. Oh gosh, it's been a long 24 hours. Crazy. He was diagnosed yesterday. Started getting a little bit of sniffles. We went out of town for Thanksgiving, saw Stellar Piper. So yay, Stellar Piper. Got to see her, got to see her husband. We came back, and then I won't say late Thursday night, I will say kind of early Thursday morning, he starts getting the sniffles. He starts coughing a little bit. And I'm like, make me happy. Go get a test. And he's like, no, I don't think it's anything. And I'm like, make me happy. Go get a test. Happy wife, happy home. Also, happy hubby, happy home. So, right afternoon, we went to get a test. Health department gave us the test for free. But I got a little bit of frustration there with our health department because they are testing 2 hours a week with COVID tests. 2 hours. The rest of the time, they hand you a take-home test. So from Tuesday and Thursday, from 8:30 in the morning to 9:30 at night. 8:30 in the morning. So not 9:30 at night, 9:30 in the morning. So 1 hour on Tuesday, 1 hour on Thursday. The rest of the time, they hand you the test. You go home, you take it yourself. If it's positive, you call them back on the next working day, and they give you instructions from there. But of course, the next working day, by the time you get this on Friday afternoon, the next working day is Monday. So we've been on the phone with different places because I wanted him to go see a doctor because today it sounds like he's got, kind of going toward an icky case of bronchitis. And I'm like, you need to be seen. So we're calling around the walk-in clinics and they don't have any openings. I'm like, it's a walk-in clinic, But anyway, instead of just walking in, at least the ones here, you got to make an appointment. And they didn't have anything today. So we were able to go to MD Live, which I've used in the past. And I think I may have a video on that. And I used them a few years ago, and I used them a couple of times during COVID. I really like them. It's how, like when I'm out traveling, when I get to go do that, it's how I get medical care on the road sometimes. They can't take care of everything. Like if you've got a broken bone, you still got to go to the emergency department. But if you get a sore throat, earache, basic stuff, bronchitis, start having symptoms of food poisoning, whatnot, they can usually handle that. So he got through to them today. They told him, go check into the monoclonal antibody testing. So our local hospital, which is a joke, by the way, well, I call it a Band-Aid dispensary because they messed up on my stitches a couple of months ago. Yeah, they didn't have anybody available to take his call after being on the nurse line for the first time. He was on like 30 minutes and then he got cut off. And then the second time he was on hold for right around 14, 15 minutes. And they transferred him to the right department and they said, nobody is here right now, leave a message. So it'll be Monday before he gets his antibodies. So little nervous, little frustrated, lot frustrated, but his test was negative. I'm sorry, his test was positive. My test was negative. Stellar Piper and her husband, who we saw over Thanksgiving, their test was negative. So I kind of feel like, he picked it up here at home after we came back from Thanksgiving vacation, which is kind of a bummer. But, of course, other people we know are like, nah, you probably picked it up on vacation. You just didn't realize it. And I'm like, nah. Because what do you all think? To me, it stands to reason that if we had picked it up on vacation, Stellar Piper would have gotten sick. I would have gotten sick. Her husband would have gotten sick. And my husband. So, like, all of us would have gotten sick. We're all vaccinated. Different shots. 2 different shots going on. But, mine was back in January, my first shot, so it could be kind of wearing off. But anyhow, I just feel like more of us would have gotten sick if it was something that we were exposed to on vacation. So anyhow, that's my theory. So what can I say? So keep him in mind. If you pray, keep him in prayer. If you light candles and do wishes, please do that because we want him to get over this in a hurry. And I obviously don't want it. So, and it wouldn't have surprised me because, like, if we'd gotten it on vacation, because, right before we left, my incision opened from where I had surgery and I was back in the emergency department getting sewn up. But by the fact that nobody had the symptoms, I really can't say that. So anyhow. All right. So I do want to remind you that if you are in the chat and if you're watching, please give me a like on the stream. And don't forget, if you have not already joined the channel, go ahead and, click the subscribe button and be part of this channel. So So, what are you all doing? Are you in the middle of getting decorated for the holidays and looking forward to great things coming up? I think I'm going to make that a poll. I want to say, are you decorating for the holidays? Yes, no. Okay. Because believe it or not, some people are not decorating for the holidays. I talked to two people the other day, and they're like, we're not really going to do anything. They had a lot going on, so they're like, the lady said, we don't want to decorate. And I don't blame them if they don't want to. They don't want to. But, you know, I'm just kind of curious what y'all are doing. So take that poll, those questions. And yes, it did post. So, all righty. Oh, hold on. I got a direct tweet here coming in. I bet I know who's sending this one. Let me see. Aha. I thought so. Okay. Gloria, who tries to come in when she can, is sending a direct tweet saying, "Hey, tell everybody hello. Wish I could come in, but as you know, it is now poker night." So, Gloria, honey, I totally get you. Even if you see this later, that's great. Basically, Gloria's been with me for a long time, and she started coming in on Saturday nights here. And then, what y'all, maybe a month ago, her husband decided to do poker night at their house on Saturday nights. So, anyhow, Gloria, thank you. I appreciate that. And let's see, I'm going to go back to the chat here. Peter, new videos. Taylor says that's cool. Okay, Keith is saying, my whole family contracted COVID and we had to cancel Thanksgiving, and the mother in law is currently in the hospital. So, everyone, please be careful in your travels. It's spreading very quickly. It is. It is. And frankly, our travel would not have been possible were it not for the travel trailer that we have, because, go to places where you can social distance. And then you've got the travel trailer. So you've got, your own space for your own restroom, your own kitchenette, that kind of thing. But, most importantly, is everything okay with your rest of your family? Are you healing? Are things going well as far as that? I know you said that your mother-in-law is currently in the hospital, but is everybody else doing okay? So let us know. Yeah, Stellar's asking the same thing. I'm so sorry, everyone. Is everybody okay now? Tanya Lambert's in. So, hey, Tanya. How are you? Good to see you. Tanya's my bud. So, Keith, I hope that they're going to be okay. Ah. I'm trying to type here. That is not going well. Okay, Tanya says she is getting over a head cold. So that's not good. Um, Okay, so 71 Filters says everyone else is getting over it, and the mother in law, myself, and the wife are fully vaccinated. So that's good. They say it's supposed to be good anyway. Um, I I hope that everybody's got mild symptoms, and I hope your mother in law comes out of this quickly. So, and I typed in this message here that is well, it's for everybody, but it's definitely for 71 Filter, which is Keith. So, if you would like for me to do that, I would. All I ask is that once in a while you send me a little update so I can adjust. So, yeah. But it's kind of crazy scary when this happens, or it is for me anyway, um, because you do all the right things. You get vaccinated, you wear a mask, you use hand sanitizer frequently, and then boom, it kind of comes out of nowhere. For me, anyway, that's how I view it. So I hope you guys are going to be okay. Do keep, like I said, do keep my husband in prayers too. Okay, thanks, Gail. Okay, I'm going to write it down right now. Okay, I got you, Keith. So I just did it. So, and I think I've got everybody else in here on the prayer list, and Tanya's friend, and I think I've got you all down here too. I got Busy Lady and her family. So, yeah. So if y'all ever need, if y'all ever need to send me an update or whatever, I think my email address is down in the description box. Yes, it is. It's underneath my snail mail address. So, okay. You put this back in. And Tanya says, y'all are in my prayers. I'm off to sleep. Bye, everyone. Tanya, thanks for coming in. Do pet Archer for us, okay? Give him a big pet for us. So, yeah. So now Archer is her service dog, and really sweet looking little dog there. Well, I can't say little, a really sweet looking dog. All of his videos that she puts him in, he just is adorable. You can tell that he's also got some personality, which is what you want. So cute. Antonia says, hit the like button for our hostess. Yay! And she says, Archer is doing well. He says, hello. So awesome. Awesome, awesome. He is also, I will say, probably the well dressed pooch that I've ever seen. So y'all got to check out her channel because she's got some cute stuff. So little, she says, 104 pounds. It's real. I didn't quite mean for that to slip out, but hey, my Tomlin, I called him little, and he was 100 pounds at one point. So yeah, that's okay. So, oh, and we talked a second ago about when you are on vacation, go places where you can social distance. And I just want to say, if you want to go to the beach off season, is the time to go, because you can see that there's like nobody on this beach, and you can see quite a distance over there. That's Hatteras Lighthouse off in the distance, and like you see nobody. Up, I guess you can say you see somebody now, but anyway, there was like these 4 or 5 people are like the only ones we saw, and they were like from a distance. So off season travel definitely is the thing to do, I think, when it comes to going places. I don't think any place is really safe from COVID, but it just, lessens the likelihood there. So anyhow, you can also see from this one that, like, even the road, this is the main road on the Outer Banks, and you don't see any traffic. There's nobody here in the parking lot. That's the Coast Guard. So they are out in their boat, thank goodness, keeping us all safe and protected. But you don't see lots of other boats out there except the Coast Guard boat. So parking lot's dead. They're right there on the water, right next to it. Oops, that was part of my thumb. Sorry, guys. So we really didn't have, whoops, that was a restaurant meal. We just really didn't have too many people. Here we are again, another section of the beach. So yeah, off season. And we think, oh, it's really cold right now at the beach, but no, not really. We were in the 60s. So not too cold. So anyway, I'm going back to the chat now since I've gone off on that little tangent. Hey, Tanya says Archer lost 5 pounds. So yay, good for Archer. That is fabulous. Yep, Stellar Piper is saying congratulations too. He'll have to come out, Archer should come out with his own diet cookbook for dogs, or top secret diet tips for dogs. Archer should come out with that written from his perspective. That might be really cute, you all. Hey, we've got Valerie Reese in the house. Hey, Valerie. Valerie's here. It was her church we just did the fundraiser for, and she had said the GoFundMe link was going to be up for a little while longer. So if y'all want to go check that out, that's our annual Black Friday collab that a bunch of channels get together and do. And it's really a lot of fun. But it is more fun, I will say, when you are not standing in the checkout line of Fresh Market, Walmart, and some of the other places that we went. And Tanya says, if you travel with pets, bring extra food and the water that they're used to, it can prevent stomach upset. Good idea. Good idea. Yeah, we're saying hi to Valerie. Tanya is reminding everybody right here. Or I guess I should do it this way, right in front on the other side of my mic. Like, subscribe, share, and share. Thank you. Good reminder. Because believe it or not, I do have a sticky note set up over here to remind me to say that, my famous sticky notes. But I still forget. So thank you, Tanya. So, yep. Valerie says, I presented the check today and I delivered the gifts for the kids she adopted for Christmas, and she'll have a video out soon. So, yay. I am looking forward. I always look forward to that video. It's like the first year you scared your poor pastor to death. You all, she had apparently forgotten to mention it to her pastor that we were kind of doing this little fundraiser for her church. So I believe, if I'm remembering right, Valerie pretty much just stood up in church and said, hey, by the way, do you know the monster community? Do you know Pet Monster? That kind of thing. And so it is, you got to go check her channel for that. You've got to. That is awesome that the kids are going to get a Christmas and good things there. Tanya is right. She says traumatic brain injury equals sticky notes. And she is right. You gotta, sticky notes are like the most wonderful invention going. I really believe that. And I've got several of them here. They're a wonderful, wonderful invention. So, yep. But traumatic brain injury definitely equals sticky notes. But Tanya, somebody's got to help keep them in business. We're just keeping the economy going by purchasing sticky notes. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. So, yep. And let's see, what else was I going to say? My mind just shut down. I had something else I was going to mention and I forgot. So, oh well, sorry about that. It'll come to me at 3 a.m., you know? I'll make a Facebook reel. Valerie says they were feeding 14 kids on the weekend, but because of the Black Friday charity event, they are now able to feed 20 kids. And that's awesome. So, like, what they do to feed the kids is they have these backpacks, and the kids pick up their backpack on Friday afternoon, and it's got food for them that they can eat over the weekend. And correct me if I'm wrong, Valerie, but it's things that they can like fix for themselves, like, you know, little packets of mac and cheese, things like that, that they can just, you know, put in the microwave and zap and do themselves. And then on Monday, they bring the backpack back to school. It's filled up with food on Friday afternoon, and that goes throughout the school year. So it was 14, and now there's 20. So that is a nice increase. It would be nicer if this wasn't needed, but at least it's a help and an increase. So, Tanya says she has them in just about every color they come into. There you go. There you go. I mean, Post-it notes, you got to love them. They laughed at me, though, when I went back to college because I had, instead of taking highlighters, I took sticky notes and I would put it underneath the section. That way that, you know, for like that I would have to study for a test or go back and read, or, you know, those little things that you have to remember. So I was taking sticky notes. I was putting it all in my book, and I was writing my notes on the sticky notes. So I could just go back and flip through my book. I still have my notebook to take notes with. It was nice having the sticky notes. But I did take a little bit of ribbing, good-natured ribbing over being called the Post-it note queen is what I wound up being called, but that's okay. I got an A in the class. Like, what else matters, you know? Hey, Beverly's in here. So hi, Beverly. Hey, I was just sharing my tale of woe about COVID with John earlier, but briefly, you know, he was diagnosed. They are, as of a couple of hours ago, well, I guess about, let's see, it's probably about 4 hours ago now, finally got through to MD Live, and they suggested that he go for the antibodies. So now we're trying to work that out, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen on the weekend. So we're trying to figure out, at least up here, so we're trying to figure out like how to do this. So he's been on the phone, was on hold, and then after getting cut off, he had to call back, and then they switched him to what was supposed to be the right person. And then the voice machine said, please leave your name and number. We'll get back to you. Nobody's available to take your call. And so I don't really know what's going on, but that's where we were. You know, that's where we were. Okay, and Valerie says that's right. So that's the info on how their backpack program works. And Valerie says they said there is a bigger need this year. That makes sense. A lot of people are struggling more this year. So I think that in the beginning, when COVID stuff first came down, you know, the stimulus checks helped people stay afloat. And certainly we had the person in here in the chat room one day on one of the live streams, and she was asking me about van life and how to do it because she was preparing to transition out of the apartment and have to go live in a van. And that is, you know, doing that under that circumstance just makes it a lot harder. You know, van life is better when you choose to do it. Because there's like a couple of different schools of thought with van life and within the vanner community. There are those who are forced into it for economic reasons. Maybe they live in a place where rent is sky high and they just can't afford it. Or maybe they've had a job and they've been downsized out of it. They can't make their bills, they can't make their rent. So they look to van life as an alternative. And then there are the folks who do it because they like the sense of adventure. They want to get out there. They want to see the country. They want to be out in their van. I had mixed reasons for doing it. I love my van, love, love, love my van. And we've done some traveling in it in general. But another reason why we got it, one of the big reasons, is the mission trips, and being able to take all the things with us that we needed for the mission trips. Like, people are like, oh my gosh, you've driven to Alaska how many times now? And I'm like, they'll freak out and they're like, it's super expensive and all this stuff. And it is. But, when I've driven to Alaska, I've driven in the van. That was my choice. And I took all the team stuff. So like last time when I drove up, all the food was donated for the mission team here. So the team saved tons of money by not having to buy food. The only thing we had to get were the perishables. And so we were able to get that up there. Then I hauled all the supplies that we needed for the mission team. So the multiple sets of gloves, some of the tools, things like that we needed for the team, I was able to haul that up. So the team saved money. We didn't have to ship that. We didn't have to buy it there because, let me tell you, Alaska prices are not Virginia prices. Just saying. They are a lot higher. And so, the team also saved money because they didn't have to put their suitcases on the airplanes. They gave me their stuff, most of them. I think a few with Stellar Piper's groups didn't, but they gave me their extra stuff so they didn't have to pay the baggage fees. So you work all that out. I think we figured that the team wound up saving around, I don't remember if this past year, if it was $1,500 or $1,700. One year it was one, and the next year it was the other amount. But that's quite a savings when you're talking about, putting a team together and doing a fundraiser. So obviously we got into van life because we wanted to, which makes it a lot easier. And you have a better mindset looking forward to that adventure, But people who are forced into it, this other lady was looking at it. And that's why she was here typing in so many questions, in the chat on the live stream about, like, is it safe to be in a van and how do you do it and things like that? Because she thought she was fixing to have to do that. But then when the stimulus checks came out, she came back and said later that she was able to stay in the apartment because of those checks. Well, those checks are over. The bonuses that people, or the extra funds they were getting for unemployment, those are over and have been over. So it makes total sense that Valerie's got more demand for backpacks than ever before. So I'm glad that the Black Friday charity fundraising collab with all of these channels could help. That's a really big deal. So anyway, my whole soapbox there. Sorry. But anyway, yeah, so they were a help. So, and, we had a couple of others that came in, so that also were having difficulties. So, yeah, I can totally get that there's a bigger need this year. So anyhow, what else have we got going on? Because it's Christmas season. Have we all got our holiday shopping done? And on the chat, I'm so happy to say that 100% of the people who voted in the poll have said yes, they are decorating for Christmas. So, woo! Very good, very good. It just gives you something to look forward to, I think, when you're decorating for the holidays. You get to plan, you get to have fun, and your Christmas decorations don't have to be real expensive. I've seen some really cute things done with newspaper that were then sprayed with shellac and turned into fans, and they had ribbons on them and a few little sprigs of holly, and then there's always the snowflakes that you cut out for school that you can spray glitter on, things like that. And it's really inexpensive, but it makes some really cute trees. Aha! Valerie is putting a lot of us to shame. Look at this. Her house is decorated and her shopping is almost done. So I'm jealous. I'm jealous. We're behind the curve. We're going to be doing some decorate with me for the office here next week. So hopefully that'll be fun. Y'all enjoyed it last time. So, and with the Christmas card exchange, if you're a YouTuber and you want to shout out, if you're going to do the Christmas cards, I'm going to put them on the tree like I did once before, because y'all seem to like that. Okay, Beverly says that she has to get started. That's about where we are. So I'm not the only procrastinator, and that makes me feel so much better, because it's like, you're not out on that limb completely by yourself. So, and let's see. Valerie says, I put out a Christmas house tour video tonight. I'll have to check that. I will have to check that. Valerie has like redone her house. She and her husband, like basically by herself. Super impressive. So, yeah. So she's done a Christmas house tour video. That is awesome. Very good. Very good. Very good. I can't wait. Because I got to go, I guess it was a couple of years ago now that I saw it before she started doing some of the, big renovations. So cool. Cool. So what else is everybody doing? I hope we're all recovered from Thanksgiving. So we are, anyway. I hope everyone is. All right. Let me see here. I've got another text message. And I do try to leave Twitter up here during the live streams. So that way, if somebody has a question or they feel like they need to touch base, they can. And that is Gayle Vlogs, GAYLEVLOGS. Let's see. Yep. Okay, it's Gloria again. Gloria. Oh, poor Gloria. Gloria says that poker night is not going well for her husband, and he has lost. Is that 100 or is that $1? Wait a minute. Oh, it's pennies. She says so far he's lost 100 pennies. So Gloria, I guess you're playing it with, I guess that's what it means. I don't know. Like, I know nothing about poker. Like, nothing. So anyway, good luck, Gloria. I'm glad you're hanging out with us and listening. That's cool. So, all right. Now, Valerie is saying, we hope to remodel the back porch and loft this winter. Oh, that'll be fun. The back porch and the loft. Wow. That's going to be a big undertaking, too, to do a back porch and remodel it. But large undertakings don't seem to faze Valerie one little bit. That's so cool. Very cool. I think a lot of people would be intimidated. And that's something, too, that I've heard about van life and about being in the van, is that people would be intimidated about decorating or setting up, rather, the inside of a van. Because you start with this shell, you start with a box. And I'm like, think of the box as a room. What do you want in your room? What would you like to have? And then take that a step further and say, okay, if you were going to live in this room, if this van was going to be your studio apartment, what do you want in your studio apartment? And that seems to help. But yeah, big projects just trip people up sometime. And it's really neat to see Valerie, who is not afraid of a big project like that. She doesn't have a van, she's tackling her house, which is really neat. So, and we can count on her to vlog it as she goes. And let's see, Valerie says, I love a challenge. I've learned so much about putting in flooring and things. So, it's always good to have those skills, because once you have those skills, you're not going to lose them. And even if you have the skills and you never use them again, you still have the knowledge. So, like, if you have work done on your house, you can look at it and you know how it's going. You walk through, you see the project being done. And then because you have the knowledge, you know how your project's going. You know if it's turning out right. And, sometimes that can be really life-saving for you to do that. So you're never going to go wrong. In fact, someplace, I've got a photo here someplace of Stellar Piper. I'm going to see if I can find it right quick. I'm going to flip through it and see if I can, find it. Because one of the things about a parent is you want to be able to embarrass your kids, right? Nah, I don't think she'll be embarrassed. She's probably numb now. I'm going to see if I can find it. But we were on a construction site back in like 2009, and Stellar Piper is putting up insulation. Where did you go? There it is. There it is. So, and I told her then, just like I'm saying now, you're never going to go wrong by having these skills. Never. And here she is. Hold on. Voila! Oh, back in 2009, there she is dragging insulation, because that's what we're doing in this house. We are lining the basement and the entire house with insulation. And like, I didn't know that you're supposed to have a moisture barrier, a vaporproof barrier. That was a really big thing for me. It was new. It was eye-opening. I didn't know that. So we had to be like so careful with these sheets, giant sheets of plastic. But anyway, now that I know that, if I ever have a house built, then I know exactly what to look for, and I'll be able to tell if that is going right. So, and that has transferred over to the van, and, giving you a better idea of how things should be done. So anyway, going back. No, I have not. I don't think. I think you were still working on the floors when we were there last. But, last we didn't get to spend long because of my husband's schedule changes and things like that. So anyhow, Mr. Mach 1 is here. So hello. We have not seen you in a long time. So welcome. It is good to see you. I hope things are going well. You stay safe, please. You too. Crazy stuff out there. Mr. Mach 1 says he hopes everyone is going well, or doing well. And, I'm in a turmoil of just like upside down stuff. Just because COVID is now part of my life through my husband. And I'm negative right now, but I expect, like all the little huggies that you do with your spouse, I'm sure that's going to change. So hopefully not. But, we'll see. One day at a time. One day. And Mr. Mach 1 says, I have skills. I can walk and chew bubble gum at the same time. LOL. I think you can do a little bit more than walk and chew bubble gum because you got all those skills with the cars. You know, you were working on what was it you were working on? It was a Ford, I think I saw in one of your last or little more recent videos. Oh, I think it was a Ford. Does that sound right? Please tell me I'm right. Like I want to say Fairview, but that's not even a car, I don't think. Um, anyway, something like that. So he can really do more than walk and chew gum. Yeah, Valerie says, LOL, I learn a lot from watching YouTube. But that's the wonderful thing about YouTube, you know? Gayle, you have to come do a house tour. I would love that. Love that. But maybe this spring? Mr. Mach 1 says, I'm always around. Just listen and leave a thumbs up. Yay! Thank you. Those thumbs up are so appreciated. You know how it is. Is he quarantined away from you? No, not really. We're trying to stay apart, but in the same house, and we're in the same bedroom and stuff, but like trying to keep on opposite sides of the room. Because we have one bedroom on one end of the house and another bedroom on the other. And I don't want him to get in a problem and not be able to holler for me and get help. Same token, if I fall, and I need him to know it. If I had Tomlin, if I had a service dog again, then yes, we would separate more. But it's like you got to keep everything into perspective. So, but that was a good question. Ha! Fairmont. Okay. I had the fair right. I had the fair. So, yeah. So, see, a lot better than walking and chewing gum. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay, you all. Well, I usually keep this to an hour to be cognizant of everyone's time because I know there are other live streams going on. Mr. Mach 1 says, yes, you did, LOL. Yep. And see, I saw that. I guess it was about middle of last month-ish. But I don't know. My phone has been messing up, so I can't always leave comments. So there's a lot of videos that I get to watch that then when I go to make a comment on, my little phone won't do it because my memory on my phone is like full. So it won't fully run the apps like I want it to. So anyway, I did see that. It was cool. So what can I say? I like cars. So, all right. I try to keep this to an hour because I know that there's other live streamers and I don't want to impede too much on your time. But I do want to thank everybody for coming in and remind you to always be bodacious, to not let life get in the way of living. I'm going to type that in. Just as a reminder. Big tagline there. Don't let life get in the way of living. There's things you have to work around, but you can usually find a way. So thank you, Mr. Mach 1. He says, take care of yourself. Valerie, you take care of yourself also. Thank you. You too. And Keith, we got you covered. I've got you written down here. So you all take care. Do watch my crazy video about the unboxing when my husband comes in the middle of unboxing his birthday present and doing the review on it. I do have a legit review coming out on it that I went back and did later with all of the specs, and I'm not grappling at straws as much in that video. So check that out. I got a couple more coming up, and there we are. So you all go out, have a great evening. I'll see you on a couple of videos this week. And then again, Saturday night at 7 right here. So y'all take care. Good night, everyone. Have a great week.